Today we have something special. We are playing Pursuit Orzhov Sacrifice in best of 1 and best of 3. We play the same deck, of course, with a sideboard and some small twists. This is really fun to play. The Vipers, the Pursuit, and the Scavenger from the new set do really great work, as you can see here. And how we play this in certain formats, you're gonna see in this video. So this is a deck we are going to play today, but today is a bit special. I'm trying something new. Today I'm trying to have a best of 1 and best of 3 video in one. And the way we do this is we have a deck and we're going to play it in best of 1. And I show you the list of the best of 1. I have the same list in best of 3, different also with a sideboard, and we see best of 1 games and best of 3 games. And in the end I will talk about which card I think should be played in which deck. So this is the way we do it today. Both have the same theme. It's basically the same deck with just a little bit of adjustments. So let's have a look at the best of 1 deck here. And yeah, you can see this is a sacrifice deck, an Orzhov Sacrifice deck, but we are playing some new cards from the new set. And as you all know, I'm a huge fan of Obssesive Pursuit, a 2-mana enchantment where this enchantment enters and at the beginning of your upkeep you lose 1 life and you create a clue token. Whenever you attack, put X +1/+1 counters on target attacking creature, where X is the number of permanents you sacrifice this turn. If X is 3 or greater, that creature gains a lifelink until the end of turn. So this is a non-raised the past sacrifice deck, and this one creates these clue tokens every turn. We also play Sandbender Scavangers, 2-mana 1/1. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Important here to know is it's permanent, so if you sacrifice our clue token, this gets +1/+1 too. When this creature dies, you may exile it. When you do, return target creature card with mana value less than or equal to this creature's power from your graveyard to the battlefield. This is how we get this really big with the clue tokens, of course. We need a lot of sacrifice cards, so we play 4 Umbral called a Zealot here, 2-mana 3/2, sacrifice another creature or artifact. So we have 1, so we can sacrifice the clue tokens. And here, Bartolomé del Presidio, 2-mana 2/1, sacrifice another creature or artifact, put the +1/+1 counter on Bartolomeo. So this one, of course, can grow quite big as well. So these are our 6 sacrifice cards. Then, of course, we have Sephiroth, the Fabled Soldier, 3-mana 3/3. What do we have to say? Whenever you sacrifice a creature, then you ping 1 damage, you gain 1 life. And if you do it the first time, you draw a card. So it's really nice that if you do it 4 times, you get an emblem with this ability. It transforms to the 1-winged angel, 5/5 flying. When it attacks, you can sacrifice as many creatures as you want and draw that many cards. So yeah, Sephiroth has to be in this deck, of course. Another card we're playing from the new set that fits perfect in this type of deck is Momo, Playful Pet. It's a 1-mana 1/1, Flying Vigilance. It creates a food token, put the +1/+1 counter on target creature control or scry 2 when this leaves the battlefield. So even if they exile it, if they use Seam Rip or whatever on this card, it still will give us a potential food token or a scry or make a creature stronger. So an absolute crazy good card in this deck. The other 1-mana dogs we play are Greedy Freebooter here, 1-mana 1/1. When it dies, we scry 1 and we create a treasure token. So it dies, we get this extra token which ramps us or gives us an additional sacrifice there. We play 4 Infestation Sage, 1-mana 1/1. It dies, we create a 1/1 flyer. The important part about this is that we have a flyer here on the Sage and a flyer on Momo, mainly because to pursue we would most of the time put on our flyers, so we get actually through with that damage and get that life back, because this is really important. This deck can... you will see it in the games, it just explodes out of nowhere. You play something and then suddenly you have a huge flyer attack. And the best way to make this deck explode is, of course, a Rottenmouth Viper, which we play 2. We'll talk about this more in the end. So Rottenmouth Viper is a 6-mana 6/6. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may sacrifice any number of non-land permanents. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each permanent sacrificed this way. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, put a blight counter on it, and for each blight counter on it, opponent loses 4 life unless they play a sacrifice a non-land permanent or they choose to discard a card. Great effect with the blight counters, but the main thing is we can sacrifice our tokens and make this cheap and give something, of course, a huge attack. I also have a Wand of Sophera here, the Super Void. I think in best of 1 this is a great card to have in the 60 cards. There could be an argument for 2, but I didn't face too many creature decks. If you face many creature decks, add 1 more of these. For mana enchantment, when a creature control dies, each opponent chooses a creature they control and exile it. At the beginning of your end step, if a player controls no creatures, sacrifice a fairy, then put the creature card exiled with it onto the battlefield, under your control, with 2+1/+1 counters. The thing is, if they have creatures and we have creatures and the board gets kind of stale, we just start sacrificing our cards, and they have to sacrifice their cards too. Or let's say they have to exile it. So it's really, really powerful just to clear the board. It's basically like a pseudo board wipe if you have a lot of creature. So Farah is great here. Then we have 2 Seamrips here, 1 mana to exile a non-land permanent with value 2 or less. And we play 4 Duskrose Reliquary as a premium removal here, which is a 1 mana artifact. We have to sacrifice an artifact or creature additionally, but we are definitely willing to do that in this deck. And then you can just exile an artifact or creature with no limitation, which is quite nice. I do have this one of Reno and Root here, a 2 mana 2/1. I wanted to try this out. When this deals combat damage, you play exile a top card of the player's library, then you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, you may play the exile card this turn. A mana of any type can be spent to cast. Feel free to cut Reno and Root and add another Sophera, totally fine, but I wanted to try out this card. And it felt quite good. It also has menace, so it goes well with the Pursuit. Mana base is quite simple. We have this one of Dalkawan here and the Midgar, here to draw cards, and here for the Warrior token. But again, the most important part here is that we have some really explosive turn. Pursue is really, really good. But this is the main deck here. I will talk a little bit about this more. Let's have a look at the best of 3 version. So here's the best of 3 version, and I do have 2 Renner and Root here because I think this card may be better in best of 3, so I wanted to test it, right? So having it twice here in where I think the meta is probably slower in best of 3 than in best of 1, because in best of 1 you just face so many random decks. And I want to try it, so we have 2 here. Also what I wanted to see is if Tragic Trajectory is better than Seamrip. There's an upside and a downside, of course. This one, mostly the upside is -10, so you can get rid of bigger creatures with the Void, and we are sacrificing cards quite often. I did cut one bottom layer for the Renner and Root here to try out, and I don't have a Sophera in the main here. I also think I do have, no, that's about it, yeah. So let's look at the sideboard here in the best of 3. We do have Ghost Vacuums here. We use this to exile cards from the graveyard, so against Kavera, you can even bring it against certain other decks. But these are for Kavera. Then we have 1 more Trajectory here and 2 Seamrips for the creature matchups. Same as Split Up for the creature matchups to board wipe. Quite important. Sometimes on the draw, you usually want to have Split Ups. I play 2 Ruthless Lawbringer, a 3 mana 3/2. When this creature enters, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, destroy target non-land permanent. So this is just a removal spell that gives me a creature and a sacrifice. So I quite like this one as a 2-off here. And it targets anything. So it can be monuments, right, and these kind of cards. Because the hardest part is to get rid of artifacts, even though we have Duskrose Reliquary main. But having more control, especially against enchantment, having these 2 is quite nice. I do have also Duress here against control matchups. And I play Phoenix Fleet Airship here. This is a really interesting card. This is a grindy card, right? Because at the beginning of your end step, if you sacrifice the permanent this turn, create a token that's a copy of this vehicle. As long as you control 8 or more permanents named Phoenix Fleet Ship, this vehicle is an artifact creature. So the idea of the Fleet Ship is you get to a matchup where it's kind of like stale, right? It's kind of stale, and you just keep progressing your board with the Fleet Ship. Any type of mid-range deck where you feel like, okay, Fleet Ship is the way to go. What you also can do is you can play Fleet Ship with Split Up. So what you can do is, if there's a stalemate situation, they just have their board, you have their board, you crew all your creatures, split up the untapped creatures, and you board wipe. You will lose the Fleet Ships though, but you can do that. Especially if you have 2, right, you just use 1 Fleet Ship to crew. So in this matchup, I think the Fleet Ship is really, really great, and that's why we have it. I also have the Doorkeeper Thrall here, and the main reason is I really do not like Cheska artifacts with this list. That's like a really bad matchup, even though the Viper and the Sephiroth will a little bit get punished from this, same as the Lawbringer, but I do think this card can just insta-win a game. I wanted to try it out. I didn't use it that much, to be fair. but this is the way I went. You can add more removals if you need to. You can add more cards for graveyard, but it went quite well. So really cool list, I have to say, and we won basically most of our games. And yeah, this is a new format where I showcase the best of one, then the best of three, and the games, and then the conclusion. Let me know in the comment below what you think about this type of video. This is a new thing I'm doing. I'm trying to find the right balance. Maybe you have some ideas. Definitely let me know in the comments below. And thank you for watching. And if you're new here, feel free to like and subscribe. And I wish you fun with these games now. So, first game here. And yeah, we're gonna run this. Dusk Rose and Pursuit is already nice. Control, game one. Okay, let's see. That's not the card you want to see against Control. Let's see how we can do this. I'm gonna start off with this because they usually have a counter here, and I kinda want to keep Pursuit because it gives me draws. They have to read the card. So, probably just the removal spell. Then our Sephiroth will be a bit better. Yeah, I wish you can sacrifice a creature too, right? I think we go with Sephiroth here. Oh, okay. Interesting. So we have Scavenger plus Rose if we want to next turn. So it is a bit of a flashy version, which is definitely a strong deck. So we go with the Scavenger first. So far to deal with all my cards. Not really cool. Okay. There we go with this. Try to get rid of On. This has Ward 2, so it's not that easy to get rid of. Tidebinder. Interesting. Okay, it's the real... I have 2 Seam Rips on my hand, by the way. I just want to say that shortly. We still have block here. We gotta get another creature back, so it's kinda okay. So it's not too bad. Okay, we have quite a lot of mana here. We can attack, but the downside is, yeah, no, we have to attack it first. We have to attack it first. What I'm talking about. The token will not work good enough here, so maybe there's a world where we can play something. Nope. I'm gonna play this. And then Pursuit. Now we go with the Pursuit here. Taking damage here, yeah, but gives us draws. We have token and clues now, so that is something. But yeah, if we find something where we can sacrifice the artifacts, that would be premium. We run already into counter, and we remove one counter. Okay, that's good. I do like this one here. We are going for this. Probably go on the Scavenger though, if they have the removal here. We will get back a card though. Don't need this one. So, unfortunate we didn't hit something I wanted to hit, but it's still good enough. Renna and Root has Menace. This makes this card quite a menace. Another on. Okay. So be it, yeah. My Seam Rips here seems so bad. But how can you draw both, right? It's quite funny. Drawing both in this situation is ridiculous. I need removal for this. We have to do it. It's a big one. No. It's a big boy creature here. If we get the lifelink through, I'm gonna keep this actually. If there's not another removal, so yeah. If this one goes through, I'm quite happy. We saw 2 Ong and 1 removal spell. The 8 life is the most important part here. Okay, that's fine. Actually, it's fine. It's just about the life gain here. But again, my seam rips, like I'm playing with -2 cards, which is kind of weird. So yeah. Okay, I take this. It's too much damage, so go for the block. But us going back to life is really important here. Play Reno here. Okay. 3 creature on the board. They have 1, we have 17 life, and we have Pursue. So board state wise we're better. So I think we're in a decent position here. We really have a lot of damage, especially with Sephiroth. Can do quite a lot if you want to. So we can attack. They tapped out too, like they cannot attack here, they will die. So what we can do here is we're gonna play Greedy Freebooter. We're gonna play Sephiroth. Get the Freebooter here. Okay. So we get things going. I don't need another sacrificer here. So they are basically forced to block here, that is for sure. I'll play this one too. Nope. We're gonna block. So we have 1 creature we can go to. Not really great in this position, so yeah, we're just gonna attack here. They have to block the Scavenger anyways. Still a lot of damage, so they need board wipe. So now another one died. So 2, huh? We can't sacrifice these 2 actually. I think it's a fair thing to do here. I like that one. Flipping Sephiroth to get the emblem is good enough. I probably should have done this pre-combat, but all it would have done is up the Pursue, so yeah. 2 more damage. Missed here. Definitely a mistake, but flipped Sephiroth is really good, especially with the equipment here. I do wish it counts for artifact, then this one would be really, really strong. Like really, really, really strong. Pinnacle, Star Cage. So we can get 2 more pinks. Which is okay. The pings are important here. Take action. The Sandbenders is so good. I'm gonna play this. Yeah, we're gonna keep these things here. Gonna go there. Okay. We do lose one card, but it could be worse. We put them on, yeah, 6 and we attack and it's lethal, right? So that's the bit more scary one here. Going with a creature here. Don't draw. They do need a removal here. I don't have to sacrifice it yet, but I will. Because we have a second Momo. Okay, well, first game, best of 1. Against the blue-white control. Or blue-white flash, I would say. Went good. Pursue seems to work great in this shell. Ready. Kill in. Okay, kill in. We have the mulligan, of course, if a 1-lander here. Then we're gonna get rid of one of these. It's not a great hand, but I would say it's playable. It's not bad, but cannot have. Okay, if this is what it is, we start with the creature. Blue-white twice in a row. Okay. Let's see. We're going for some damage here. Can go crazy actually. I could go Booter. Sacrifice. I don't want to seam rip that one. And this one would be 3-4. It would be strong, so they need to use their removal spell. Then I play Sephiroth and I have no backup, so no, cannot do it. Like, it would push a lot of damage, but I don't need the life. Still gonna play it though. Can't sacrifice it for the scribe, but okay, that's good. That's really good. I don't see double white here. If usually they don't run counters. They're thinking of getting rid of my Bartolomeo with the tap there. They're going for the snare. Okay. Yeah, a snare or something had to come in. Okay, we're gonna attack here. Wish could have done it a bit differently, but what do you want to do? No. Okay. So what I like about this Momo is that it has flying, and Pursuit with flying is pretty good. So we do like these two cards together. So maybe we see a big battlefront here. There is a chance. Bay. Okay, so now it's just about how do we push ghost damage. Since they have Bay, and this maybe is weird, but I need to do this. They draw a card, but cannot prevent that from happening. Okay. Scry 2. Drawing a lot of lands here. I can push it on the Sephiroth actually. But do I want to sacrifice it though? No, we're gonna put it on the Momo and don't sacrifice. I think the 4/4 flyer here is just really nice. Especially they cannot hit it with the 5 damage here. And them having snare now only. Nothing to sacrifice. I think Seymour was quite good there. We do have 7 damage on board. We can push 1 more with the Pursue, and I can also sacrifice with Sephiroth if I need to. Okay. They need an untapped land here. And then they can only get rid of 1, so yeah. This worked great, guys. This deck feels really powerful so far. Not many games in yet, but yeah. It feels really good. Okay, let's go to the next one. I do think that these, like, it's such a different type of sacrifice deck since it's not a Raise the Past deck. Raise the Past has, in best of 1, not that many enemies. Right now it's Caveira and Lessons, so maybe people will play their Rest in Peace and cards in their control shells, which makes it harder. While this deck, I think, has an easier way to tackle that one there. A lot of recursion, a lot of interesting angles, so I like it. Okay. Omori Kafure? Fune? Bune? Okay. Yeah, this is an interesting one. This is now Pursuit Viper one, and you all know I love Pursuit Viper. It's just the best. And we're on the play, which we like to see. We'll go with this one here. Need to get the Pursue up, so our Viper's gonna be crazy. Yeah. Also a really good one. We're just going in with all the creatures, and we have Sephiroth and Viper, so I don't think they would have used the removal spell on the Freebooter here. They will just use it on the Zealot. It's an interesting turn, but I think... let's see what they play next turn. I do have a really cheap Viper. If I can go Soldier, Viper, that's really good. But I need land. Okay. Really interesting too. There's a lot of damage I could push here. I think we attack and then we... well, it doesn't really matter. We get a 2-2 anyways, so... doesn't really matter. Oh no, no, it does matter. What I'm saying... we had a 2. We would have a 2-2 now, and now we have only 1 more. Okay, hey guys, we're learning here. What I'm talking. This is the good old doing the magic content in the morning situation. I don't know if I need this, but I don't know what they play. They play Virtue of Persistence. I think there's a keep here. I don't think they play Control completely with this type of setup. Would have mattered a lot, so that's my bad. We do have a lot of sacrifice outlet here, so we can actually go Scavenger into Viper. Okay. A lot of removals over there. Betrayal. Okay. Quite annoying. I wish I had an attacker there. Do they have even more removal spells? I have to say, the hardest part in this matchup is I don't know what they play. I really don't know. Like, it's just Golgari with removal. Yeah, I was thinking they'll probably have a deadly cover up, right? So, but we do get the snake back. Actually, gas. What? What is this? What is this? Yes, please. What do we do here? I think we just draw. Well, I'm not too happy with the way of drawing, but 2 blight counters, so they have to discard 1, I guess. They go on 2. 2 is a doable situation. Okay, that was a really nice, gonna lie. But missing land there's a bit annoying again. Oh wow. So we lose what? Sephiroth? We do only have Scavengers in hand. It's so funny. The only a Viper there. Okay. Now, do I want to go a second one here? Let's just go for it. I may die, but I can still find a way here. Okay, we did it, yeah. The Viper return there was ridiculous. Oh my god, that was absolutely ridiculous. So the deck is gas. Yeah, the deck is going crazy. Wow, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed so far. We do play against, I mean, this is best of 1, you play against so many decks, like I said before. Like, it's crazy. I wonder how this is going to perform best of 3. But best of 1 so far is doing really great. The thing we learn just by playing a bit of best of 1 is always helpful. We'll transition well in the best of 3 later. Ready? Skylord. Okay, Skylord. Okay. Okay. Do like this in general. I want to. I think it's Momo for the pressure and then Sandbender, but the downside is if I do it that way, Scavenger. Let's go. We do have our seam rips in this deck. They have the same. They do have the same. We scry 2 here. That's interesting. Okay, let's try to go with this one. It's not a bad card here, so. So I play this and this. This one is more important here than this one, I think. So I will go like that, but they are on the play, which yeah is tricky, and they have a lot of creature hate. And our deck doesn't have too many removal spells, so this is probably a harder matchup. So we would need to find Sophera. That's like the best card in this matchup. We do have Duskrow's Reliquary too. Double Seam Rip is, I would say, it's impressive. I would actually say it's impressive. You have everything, right? Yeah, they have only 2 cards left though. Okay. I mean, we have to do it like this, but I'm not happy. There's a lot of pressure. Yeah, give this to them. Can I come back from this? 11 damage, I'm forced to block, so yeah, I give it to them. Okay, they got me. Yeah, Sophera, but on the draw, and yeah, I mean, this can happen to every game, so it's fine. I do think this was nice. It's still nice. We have 6 removals, we didn't have a single one. They had 2, so hard. They had 2, and they were on the play. So this is a bad draw against that deck, while they have a good draw against our deck on the play. So these games you can lose totally fair. It's not, no one can win every game, so we have to take them. Magic is all about percentages. I keep this. Okay. So in the perfect world we can curve here, but it seems like we have to pursue and then double this and then this. Breakout. So it's probably the cup here. It's quite annoying. Because of that reason we already forced to remove it. You could still have an Or War next turn, which is also bad. Oh, it's a really interesting turn. Not easy to be on the draw all the time. I think I have to go greedy. Then we use these. But the thing is, let's say I get rid of cup. I cannot do anything against Or board. If they have Or board here then. Cool. But yeah, I have to do it like this. Okay, so they probably had an untapped land too. Which is not good for me, of course. Okay, we go like this. We can start to gain life soon as well. But right now we are in a bit of a pickle, so they probably had a forest here too. They're forced to block me, huh? We have to be careful with our life total. Because we do take damage. We have to survive this and next turn and then maybe a chance. I could have sacrificed this one here, but kind of wanted to get stronger for better blocks. So now if I block the cup with the scavenger, I get the Sage back. Just need to dodge any big creature here. What do they have? Okay, that's fine by me. It's kind of funny, but I'll get the Sephiroth here. Do I get Sage? I get Sephiroth. I do have another one. But yeah, let's take that one. And then we go these two. And then we go Sephiroth big attack. Yeah, okay. We go Sephiroth big attack with life gain here. That's a strategy. I mean, it's definitely this one. Okay, we need to get our life gain. That's actually a good card. Ah, with Ooze it's actually not good, but well, they are forced to block quite soon, so I think we can do it like this. Okay, we have the life gain going, which is the important part here. I do feel we cannot really sacrifice anything right now. Okay, they are thinking here. Well, I cannot. Okay. Well, we take it. Maybe I played too slow and they were mad. But yeah, this deck works great. The Pursue version works great. Okay, waiting for opponent, ready. Top Spriter. Play first. Cannot. And also not great, but why do we always have mulligans? I'm the mulligan king in best of 3. I remember I was streaming not too long ago and I figured out like 5 games in a row, mulligan to 5 or something. That was interesting. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? I'm not the biggest fan of this hand, but hey, we can play. If I find a Pursuit, this hand is actually quite nice. Hand is actually quite nice. I always wanted to play Momo, the Playful Pet. And it feels like the best here. Because it creates a token when it leaves. And it's a food token. Which can also be sacrificed here. Of course, it's not as good with Sephiroth, but it can sacrifice with the Viper. So it's really nice there. And the artwork is cool. Momo, the Playful Pet. Yeah, I mean, it likes to steal some food, right? Our opponent has to make a decision still. And starting town artwork is beautiful. Did any one of you play Final Fantasy 14? I'm pretty sure this is the town from there, right? But I could be wrong, but I think it is. I did play Final Fantasy 14 when it came out, and then always a little bit sometimes. It's opponent's turn, yeah. So, opponent doesn't want to play the game as it seems like. Losing time as usual when you want to do content. Good old losing time. Starting time. Oh, okay, here we are. Here you go. Okay. Yeah, that's all we can do. Just play our cards. I have a feeling this is going to be a slow game. Starting town. Assassin. This is good. Ooh, juicy. Juicy. So Viper will be huge. So we want to go Zealot next turn and then Viper. To get the life back. We do have removal for Cecil, quite a lot actually. But we need to find it. Okay, red. Okay, it's an aggro deck. Gonna be tricky. Both comes in tapped, it's not really that beneficial, to be fair. Is a not Viper here. Just gonna attack. I really hope we get the Momo through next turn. With Viper as like the main goal we have. Okay. So they do flip their Cecil next turn. Brutal. We do have quite a lot of damage we can produce next turn though. Good card. So they go on 9. Which is not cool. So they play quite an aggressive deck here, so all we have to do is bring in our removal spell. Will not block, we need this for life gain. The sole life gainer. Okay. Drawing is super interesting. Can play this and then 5. Yeah. bring in the untapped land here. Bring in the untapped land. So you get a 4/4 Vigilance Flyer with lifelink, which is really good. Okay. We go on 15, they go on 2. They go on 2. They have 3 mana, we have 15 life, so I feel quite safe here. They need to attack with Cecil no matter what. That is for sure. So I probably will not block the Cecil, and then they have to keep 1 creature back for the Viper. If they attack with Inti, I will block the Inti with the Viper though. 4 damage is not easy to produce. Well, 2 damage is easier to produce. We also get these next turn, so 2 1/1s is also pretty good. If they just consider these now. They have 8 damage on board, they get 6 life, maybe 7. So this is what I'm talking about, right? How do they want to do this here? Is August indestructible? I don't think we will die here. It's not double strike yet. So let's say they shock face, I go on 13. Let's say they shock face, let's just say. 13, then this is 6, 10 damage, 12, they can pump once. This could get me off guard. I don't think they have 4 damage here. I think we have to do it like this. If they have 4 damage, then, well, well played. I still have lethal then, but that would surprise me. It would surprise me. I was definitely more scared of shock, double strike, pump once, die to this one. That would have been not so cool. Okay, that is doing nothing. Right now. If they have another creature here, it's a bit problematic. Okay, we have the game, but interesting. Interesting way of actually doing this. Oops. Okay, so this worked out great, I guess. Lots of creatures, huh? Lots of creatures over there. Lots and lots of creatures. These two go out for sure. I definitely want these. Do I want to have split up? Split up is an interesting card as well. They do have a lot of damage. So split up maybe is... I have to make sure that I don't get flanked, right? So I always have to make sure I get rid of the creatures. I feel like... I honestly feel on the play we just going like this. Maybe a bit weird, but... When they're on the play, I want to have all the removal spells possible. Because the main problem though is that they have Menace, Pump, and Fling. 3 starting towns is not where you want to be against their deck. Just saying. Not where you want to be. If you draw starting towns against an aggressive deck, then the shuffler is not with you. The shuffler is definitely not with you. Looking for removal spells. So we're going to block here. I have to play the creatures here. You need to play the creatures. It's just about surviving here. Just about surviving. Maybe Sephiroth can help us quite a lot with the draw there. But Pursue early is just killing myself. So cannot do that. I would block actually the challenger here. I will not block this one. This one I have to block. Okay. This one will go through. Unfortunate. And I do need to keep my Sage, so I take 3. Okay, that is an interesting list. I see what I do. Do they have the land? Oh, they have. This is really impressive. Opponent is doing really well here. Doing really well. And the third starting town, of course. Because we only pay life to play spells. That's the way we do it here. It's a good draw. It's a bit weird to have 3 starting towns against an aggro deck. But what do you want to do? So I do believe they will go all in here, right? Okay. So we do have to block the challenger. There's just no way other than playing split up right now. Okay, they go for creatures here. Not easy. Not easy. That was so weird. Well, you just double block, right? And then split up. Just no creature. Haste, okay. Okay. Take 6 damage. Go for the feet actually. Okay. I'm so not happy about this. This way I at least have food left. This is a really weird one. I can't play this, but then I die to most of the cards. It doesn't have haste. So... I'm not happy that I have to do it. Just draw a land. That's all you have to do there. Drawing a land. Gonna take another removal here. It's a bit weird with the taking life here, but we have to take risks now. If they have burst lightning, would be quite funny, but I have to go for it. If they have 3 damage, I have that too. I feel like I had to go for it. I will sacrifice it probably with the Viper anyways. But yeah. If I had a creature here and get the life gain, it would be really nice. It would be really nice. The split up there was huge though. Maybe it was bad to play it and just go for Viper next turn. But then I only have Viper. This way I have Viper and Seamrip. So yeah. That's the thing. But I have to get rid of this with the Viper. I cannot take it too many times. I'm already happy if I get the draws in. But yeah, I will die to any haste creature. Any haste creature gets me. But that's how it is. Okay. So interesting. I am scared of this one, honestly. What do they have here? Most of the creatures quite low, so they take 3+3+0. What is haste? Yeah, no. We go for it. This Dark Knight Greatsword is a bit scary to me. So we have 3 life, they have 10. I get 2 blight counters, so they cannot even play anything because of the 4 life damage here. Best of 1 games take forever. And best of 3 games. So yeah, this is the situation. You can just die to a spell here too. Yeah. Cannot do much about it. Could have not played that and then maybe we had a chance there, but it is what it is, right? Okay, still a lot of creatures on their side. I think it was quite okay. Do it like this. Lots of removal spells. Vacuum seems not good enough. Sandbender Scavenger on the play. On the play. I think they bet on the play because on the draw they are faster, right? So I needed that split up, otherwise I had no chance. And split up was the only way that we could have a chance. So no mulligan for what? Game. 1 time. I'm just asking for 1 time no mulligan. It's not too much asked. How can we have always a 1-lander? Well, so we play basically best of 3 with 6 cards. Twice. That's hard. That's not easy. That's not really easy. Oh, it's the starting town. And we had 3 starting towns last game. If we didn't have the starting towns, I think we would have won. That's hilarious, actually. Yeah, we would have won the game if we didn't have 3 starting towns. So this best of 3 series is it's hard to actually rate the deck because it feels like we have to rate the shuffler, and I give the shuffler a 2 out of 10 here. Let's say 3 out of 10 since we didn't have to go mulligan to 5. So yeah, that's okay. Not crying or anything, just saying what it is, right? Just literally saying what it is. Now we go Pursue early, we don't have another creature, so Pursue is dangerous as well. Okay, I do like Pursue with a Zealot there. That's usually quite good. That's usually quite good. If we get the lifelink going, it's important. This is a dangerous card here, but we can see him rip it. So. Last Ride is such a cool card. It's an interesting deck they play, not gonna lie. I love it. What is this? Indestructible Haste. What is more dangerous? Huh. Cannot block or this one? This is a, what? I mean, it doesn't do much. Both doesn't do much. I should have played this. It's my bad. Yeah, I should have played the wrong land here. I'll take this on me. Definitely played the wrong land. Ah, regrets. If I draw a Sephiroth or anything, I cannot double spell. That's quite painful. Don't have many 3 mana spells though, but still. Also, it's the white source that I would get. Quite frustrating, this one. We do get a 4/4 flyer though. Okay. They play so many crazy things. This is interesting. Okay, so let's see. Right now, I feel like the last one will be the draw since we scry first. The 4/1 there is low-key annoying. This is interesting. Can we push through with this? Ooh, this is a risky play, but I kind of like it. Because we get another flyer on this one. So I do kind of like it. They have a 0/0 last ride, so it's not that strong yet. But the problem with their deck is they do themselves quite a lot of damage too, so let's see. I do get a huge flyer next turn. A huge flyer. So let's see. They have to get rid of Momo. I don't care. They cannot really attack as well right now, which is good for me. Okay, 11. Risky. So right now the last ride is more of a target than before. That is for sure. I will take it. We will heal so much next turn. Yeah, that's game. GG. They do need removal spell now. They maybe have a trajectory. They do have the last right block potential. It's not a 1 mana removal spell, though. Instant for a 4/4. So we can do this a bit differently here. We seam rip the last right here. Then we do this first. They potentially have something. Kinda wanna do this, so we have 6 damage, right? Just for the life gain here. Okay. There's no way they can deal with my pet here, I'm pretty sure. And they cannot block, right? Okay. Cool game, wow. Rakdos Shadow. Oh, but okay, well that was cool. I enjoyed this quite a lot. And yeah, nice game. Okay. Well, we don't have to mulligan, which is already a plus. Okay. Looking for lands too. Tiger Seal. Double Tiger Seal. Not too happy here. Probably quite a lot of damage coming in now. Tiger Seals. Okay. So we take 6 damage. We remove 1. Okay, I have a really bad draw. They most likely have removal in their hand and they can Tiger Seal again, so this is what I have to do. So what I have to do. Not finding the third land here, of course, is absolutely abysmal. But having all 4 pursuits in the top 11 cards seems like the shuffler is on our side this game. I have weird hands, like I'm trying to understand what's going on sometimes, but I cannot. I cannot, guys. Do I have any other chance? But they have only removed my hand, so like... Yeah, this is the worst hand ever. My god. I needed to have creature and something, because I always have keep card back. If I can double spell the last 2 turns, it's so different. It's so different. Okay, I don't want to give more information, we just go. This is the shuffler that really got me hard here. That is not cool. Okay, we go Seam Rip, we go this, we go this. Everything that can remove, we go. They have a lot of removal, so this one is usually slower. This one is the weakest one, so cut 1. Now I have these, cut 1 of these. I'll run it like this. Cut 1 of the 1-drops there. Maybe I could cut the Momo, but I need that flyer. They have 0-3 and 3-3, so Trajectory seems like a bit weirder right now in the meta. And it's not a good hand, but at least we can scry at one point. So we go. We take it. We are gonna take it. We need to find a Pursue, or we need to find Pursue or Sephiroth, of course. Yeah, these 2 are probably the best 2 cards to find. This is actually not too bad. It's quite funny that it is not too bad. Okay. Let's see what they do. There's the do 1 damage to everything card that I have to consider. do want to scry. That is a good one. That is a pretty good one there. Okay, so we can play our hand in a good way next turn. But the question is, how do we do it? Okay, Midgar. So which one should be the strong one? Which one should be the strong one here? Probably not yet, huh? Next turn we do it. Pretty. We have 3 here, which should be enough. Tiger Seal. Okay, so we get a 4/4 anyways. We probably do it on the Freebooter. Okay, I'm a bit scared of the flyer there. Not wanting to draw more lands here. So I'm gonna sacrifice this one. This one. This. Shock, sacrifice that one. Okay. 2, 3. 2, 3, and then I need 3, right? Okay. Because I have to get the flyer. Do need the flyer here. Getting a 4/4 freeboot is also pretty good still. A 5/5 with lifelink, sorry. So having a good board here. A lot of pressure. And having Zealot give me the ability to do some sacrifices next turn as well. If I need to. They have to get rid of this Viper. Get a bounce it. Could be worse. Could be worse. Can just replay the Viper next turn. I will take this. Vigilance is pretty good. Consider to be pretty good. Okay, 10 life. Talent, okay. I have to keep attacking here. Gonna make our flyer stronger here though. That is for sure. They have to block, I'm pretty sure, yeah. 15 life and we have 1 block. I don't think they draw 15 cards. And the board state looks good for us. So they drop the creatures for the blocks here. I do get the... I mean, that will hit me, yeah. I do have an extra blight count on the Viper now though, and that's also really strong. That's nice. I can also use this one here. Okay, they didn't have a bounce this time, so that's good. Maybe find removal. Sometimes all you need. Is it not removal? But I'm gonna draw a card here. Huh. Could get 2 extra sacrifice, so I would get life. And I think this may be the play. Also get some scries in. The life gain is the most important here. It's okay, but 3. Yeah, that seems good. They go for double blocks, it's okay by me, as long as I trade my freebooter. Okay. Going back to 15, I have 2 blocks, and we have a huge lethal attack. Seems like a good turn for me. Yeah, this is what I expected to happen. But that's totally fine, we get a scry in too. Of course, it's this one. This one can grow faster. Get a treasure and a scry. Yeah, no land please for me. And we could play it here, but we will not. We'll play this in my turn. Don't see us losing here. They maybe just have to play a flyer who blocks, but then they have to deal with a Viper, which is gonna be not fun. They can attack here, of course, since it's vigilance. Cool draw. I'm gonna start with this. Then we have here -10, -10. Yeah, okay, we got this. Not an easy game, but we went there. Trajectory actually felt good, but only later on in the game. Early on is a bit weird. Split up doesn't seem like a card I want. I do like this configuration here. I do like it. It's not an easy matchup, so let's hope the Shuffler will give us this, but I'm already happy with my second best of 3 here. Best of 3 takes a lot of time. So I have to see how we do this in the future. So guys, if you've watched this far, I will definitely talk about this in the beginning or in the end of the video too. What do you think is a good split? Like, I just think like a half hour maybe. But best of 3, the games can go quite long. And then maybe you just have one best of 3, which is maybe a bit weird. But it's still overall like a lot of information, right? So I'm still trying to figuring that one out. That is the hardest part. How do I split this up in a good way? But I feel like, yeah, I feel this is a good way. Okay. G.R. Neris. Let's go. Round 3. Waiting on your opponent. So they're on the play now. We don't have to take a mulligan. That is a huge plus here. So they have a removal spell, for sure. So we start with this. I want to keep my Momo here. I do have to kind of use it though. One now, then one after. Sacrifice a 1. Okay. I think I set this up early here. I do have double removal next turn, which is quite good for me. I think I have to take this one just in case I find a way. Okay. A Riddler, so we go Seam Rip on the missing out here. Okay, we go Seam Rip. That's an interesting one. I wish I can play this and Reliquary, so I think it's probably Seam Rip and Pet here. If I keep it like this, I can sacrifice it later on. Damage rise will be around the same. Do I want to bounce this anyways next turn? I will block with the Freebooter for sure, so maybe can force them to do something. Okay, so we're gonna do like this. I will not attack. We got 3 tokens next turn. I need to scry. I want to find some cards. I want to find a land as well. Like, I have good removal in my hand still. Okay. At least we don't go empty-handed here. So here's scry. We need to find a land or a snake. We're gonna do like this. Go Scavenger and then Scavenger. I'm not a fan of that token there, to be fair. Okay, we go Scavenger. Done. Of course, I wish I could do it a bit differently, but because I want them to play this one, right? So I can play my Lawbringer. But they don't let me. Okay. Why did they do like this? What did I miss here? Do they have like a... That was the... Okay, my man. Okay. Okie dokie. So, it's an interesting spot here as well. But I feel like... It's gonna be this one. And draw. Can be risky, but I think we'll go for it. We have to block here anyways. I mean, it depends if they play the big one there. They can go for all in, but I really need to find... If I get to the life gain position, it would be nice. Sephiroth will give me 1 life though next turn, which is not too bad. What do they get? Do they have a bounce there? Okay, they have a land. Okay, so we're gonna lose our 5-5, which is okay. Which is okay. Don't block here. It's not an easy one now. Okay, this is a really important draw, but what I'm not liking here right now is the fact that where are my lands? But Viper will give me most likely a really, really good life gain turn. But Lawbringer is maybe something I have to do first. They're not bringing the big creatures in, they're just drawing cards, huh? But yeah, I mean, they can draw a lot of cards here. Okay. There may be a world where I'm forced to block the fear of missing out here. There may be a world. They have a lot of draws and everything. So let's see what they do. Boomerang basic, okay, yeah. I have to take it. I'm not so happy, but I have to take it. If this 1/1 survives somehow, okay. So we take 4 damage. Four damage, but we heal. Okay. So we take an extra damage here. So we have to play. we play this, and then we play Viper. Absolutely wild turn. 5. Going on a comfortable one. So this is definitely a turn I like a lot. As long as we still have our blockers, I'm happy with this. Still have a Ruthless Lawbringer here to sacrifice something on their turn there. I think they have to start bringing the creatures now. Guys, 2 best of 3s and we got them both. What do you want more? This deck, wow, this performed really well. So this deck works in best of 3 and in best of 1, that's good to know. Okay, this was a great success. Best of 1 went well, best of 3 went well, so let's have a talk about this. I feel like whenever I found Viper, I had a win. So I can actually see playing 3 Vipers and cutting the Reno and Root. So what we could do is we could cut the Reno and Root and play an additional Viper, and you can even think of playing Sephiroth, which we sadly didn't find, in the sideboard, maybe for Thrall. So we could play 2 Sephiroth and cut the Thrall here for the creature matchup. It could be quite interesting as well. But these are like some suggestions. Tragic Trajectory was interesting. There are quite a lot of 3 toughness creature where this one would miss. The 2/3 Cecil, the 0/3 Flyer, the 3/3 Tiger Seal. This one though hits of course the 1 mana spell that hits the Badger Cup is quite important, but Seamrip would do the same there and also deals with the other card. So maybe Seamrip main is better than Tragic Trajectory. But again, this is a meta call, these type of cards, so you have to see which one you more likely will use. So when you test and play this type of deck, you look at your hand and you go like, okay, what would have happened if I have this card right now on hand? And this is how I would proceed. Yeah, so if you managed to watch until the end of this video, let me know what you think about this format of video. Because recently I feel like I also want to play best of 3. Many people ask me. I always get questions about decks. What would you do in best of 3 with this type of deck? So if I have a deck that I think can be played in best of 3 and best of 1, I will definitely showcase this. And you're gonna see some sideboarding as well. And what do you think is a good split of the games? I think like 50-50 is maybe good, but best of 3 games go longer, right? This is probably a longer video now. I'm not sure how long the videos will be in the future. It's definitely also more cutting I have to do. But I think it's a cool idea. It's a first try, and there will be more like this. I will try it this month, and then we see how it will be perceived by the people. And yeah, let me know in the comment what you think about it. Any tips are welcome. Also can write me in Discord, of course. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe and like to the channel. And yeah, I wish you all a good day, good night. See you next time.